Okay, so back in the AutoCAD. So we're gonna add some text, but we're actually gonna add that on the sheet. Okay, so we're gonna make an 11 by 17. So we can come down here and make a new layout, right? So right click, new layout. And then we go to that layout, right click, page setup manager. And then we have layout to modify. And this is where we change our settings. So we're going to switch this to Adobe PDF. And we're going to do this as 11 by 17. Right? And then hit OK. And hit close. So this is now our 11 by 17 setup, right? So I'll pause it. Okay, so we have this set up. What do we do next? You guys afraid to be recorded? Saying the wrong answer? We typically we can go ahead and make our viewport, right, bigger than our actual sheet. And then if we go to properties, we'll get the properties dialog box, and if we select our window, our viewport, sorry, we can go to scale and then change that to an actual scale, right? And then if we go to MS for model space, we can pan around. And then type in PS for paper space. And now we have a scale drawing. Okay, and we're working in 11 by 17. So far, so good? Okay. Yeah, sure. Properties. Under, if we select, we have to select the actual viewport, the frame. So I'm selecting the viewport that we stretch larger than the page. And then under standard scale, we set the scale. The old days, it was difficult because you do a zoom command. You do like zoom 1/96 XP. Like what? It's like, yeah. Life was a little tougher back then. Now we have a little dialogue. And you can see 2005 does not look much different than 2014. Okay, then we can close this. So what we're going to do next is add some text. So I want to put some information down here, my name, course number, and probably today's date. So we're going to use an M text. And with M text, we can pick a corner, a start corner, and an end corner. And then we should have this little dialogue. I don't know, it might look a little bit different on yours. But M text. And then we can pick a font. So I want everybody to pick Arial. Just plain old Arial. And then this is the size. So I can type in, oops, make sure we pick Arial. Sometimes you have to type first. Hopefully on yours some of these glitches have been fixed. And we can put ARC 170 and then 02 12, 14. Today's the 12th, right? And then if we can also change the size. Usually lets us change the size. Oh. Maybe not. That's fine. You guys might have better options than I do. So here's our actual text. Okay. Sorry? I'm doing this in Paperspace. Typically we can... I think I have to load, I guess, more sizes. Not sure why it's not letting me change that, but you guys will probably work okay. I'll probably make it 1/8 of an inch tall. Okay. It's the way it's like the way it's titled. So just use standard. The way it's like what you're defining as like a detail. I was trying something else real quick, but yeah, this is we want the text because I have detail and then notes. We want standard. Arial. Yeah, I gotta think. I think I might have to load a smaller font. Let's see if we can trick it. So you could scale it. So I scaled it. That's how big you probably want it. So that's at 1/8 inch. So for some reason, if 1/8 inch doesn't show up on yours, guys, just scale it down to 0.5. We don't want this text that big, right? Otherwise it looks like a big billboard. Your drawings want to be the ones that are shown, not this, right? So get your name, ARC 170 and today's date at the bottom right. Alright, so then we can go to File, Plot, right? We have this all set up. What do we need to do is just adjust our line weights, right? So I'll record this so you guys remember. Last week we talked about how to find our ACAD. So if we make these changes, first of all we'd select all these colors and then make them black. And then we'd go through each of these lines and adjust the line weights, right? And then that's being saved into ACAD CTB. And remember last time, if we came here and we did a asterisk.ctb search, we found where those files were. So this is critical not on your home computer, but on the computers here, because every time we restart the computers, even though you might sit at the same desk, the CTB files are restarted. The computers are always refreshed to the original settings. So we can take this file with, put it on our Dropbox, Google Drive, SkyDrive, you know, it's floppy disk. No one has floppy disks anymore. So then we copy it back into the folder where it's located. So if you search where it is, you should be able to. I'm sure it doesn't. I don't think it stops you from copying into that position. So it's going to find it eventually, I think. We're hunting. CTV. Maybe I'll pause. Might have to I might have to restart the AutoCAD to reload those. But we did rename it. But I can copy that with and then dump it in that same folder. Okay. So if we preview this now, we can see we have our geometry, we have our text, okay? And then we're going to save this as a PDF. We'll double check it before we print it, and then I want everybody to print what they have, okay? So get your name, ARC 170, today's date. You're going to be turning this in. We are going to look at them outside real quick. We're going to pin them up real quick, take a look at them. So we're printing 11 by 17 here into the printer, okay? Get as far as you can. You're printing what you have now. It's like, yeah. Yeah, should I do the text again? Let me do the text again, guys. Pay attention up here. Stay focused. Recording this again. M-text. M-T-E-X-T. So I get this little, where I want my, it's asking for the window, so I click once, and then how big I want to make it. Click again. So I get this little window. Oh, now I have a 1/4 inch. I can type in Arial here and get Arial. This is always tricky because I'm going to start typing. So there's that 1/4 inch. So if I double click on that, I get back in the window. So M-text, you get to Arial, you start typing, and then I add ARC. We always want to make sure we're in Arial. So ARC 170, and then today's date, and then OK. Now for some reason on mine I didn't have 1/4 inch. I mean 1/8 inch. I had 1/4, so half of 1/4 is 1/8. So if I just scale this to 0.5, scale 0.5, and then move it towards the bottom here, I'm done in eighth inch, okay? So M-text.